Well, greetings and good morning, Business 88 students. This is once again Mr.D. This is week number 3 in our 14-week class here at Chaffey College in Business Communications, Business 88. This week we're going to be looking at an important chapter, a chapter on professionalism, how you should conduct yourself in the professional or work environment. What does that look like? What does etiquette look like? What does teamwork look like? How should you conduct yourself in meetings? So these are all going to be topics that we'll be looking at in this week's session, this week's chapter in your textbook, as well as in the assignments that we'll be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Let me go ahead and jump into our class here in Canvas. So here we are. We're in module number 1 still. We have 2 more weeks in this module, and then we'll be, excuse me, moving into module number 2, which will deal more with business writing. But this time you're focused on business presentations, communications in general. And so we already looked at it last week, your chapter 1. You did your first chapter. You did a pretest. You did a chapter. That was actually 2 weeks ago. Then last week you did your check-in assignment. You did a Zoom. We did a Zoom session on Thursday, which, by the way, I just reminded myself I never did copy that to send to you. So I'll make sure I go look for that when I'm done with this Zoom session, and I'll find that and I'll try and get it loaded and sent to you. But I did do a Zoom session. We went over the business writing. Excuse me. Went over the business presentation and do's and don'ts of business presentation assignments. We went over both of them. And so anyone who came in that meeting went over all of it. They got everything they needed. And if you didn't yet, the video's coming. So be watching for that. There is a PowerPoint this week or last week you did the PowerPoint on chapter 12, and that was all about business presentations. As we move into chapter 11 then, which is week 3, you're going to have a PowerPoint. You have a check-in assignment with some questions, again, directly out of the textbook. You must give the page number. You must type out the question and the answer, and then have the page number where you found it. And this is just because so many students are using AI. They just put the questions in and be done with it. So I need to know that you actually found it from the book. Also, you're going to continue the individual presentation assignment, so make sure that you started your list of your 4 most significant life events. And now this week, you're going to begin building some of your PowerPoint slides. So don't neglect getting started on that because you will run out of time if you try and do it at the last minute. Then your discussion posts on the do's and don'ts of business presentations. Again, this is meant to be a ongoing assignment. You don't just do it once. You don't just wait till the end and do it. You need to make an initial list 1 week. You need to then look at other students' lists and refine yours, and then make a final list on the last week before it's due. And if yours isn't in that order, you will lose points for that. And I do want to say, when you do your final list, don't just edit your original list and don't just reply to your original list, but actually create a brand new reply to the main assignment and add your final list there. That way it's completely separate from your initial list that you started with. Sometimes it becomes uncertain because students edit their initial list, but they don't let me know. And it looks to me like they never submitted their final list, or vice versa. So just add a whole new response. You can cut and paste your original list, paste it into the new reply, and then edit it there and then write final list at the top. But that's for that assignment. And then you have a quiz on chapter 11. And that's pretty much it for week number 3. You have 2 more weeks, and then we have our first exam. So keep that in mind as well. If you have any issues or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. The best way to message me, again, is over here in the inbox. I see your message there both in Canvas and as an email. Or, of course, you can text me, but just go to my communication plan on the homepage. You can find my cell number there, or the help button has my cell number there. You can text me, whatever's best for you. But have a great week number 3, and you will see me again on video next week.